Paris was where I came when I first left home. I'm going to meet a lot of different people and ask them how they feel about what migration is, how they've made their success stories in this country, the country that I've always found to be a place of opportunity. This idea that doors are closing as opposed to opening, is this a theme that you see happening in the country at the moment?
I mean, the public space shrinks and shrinks and shrinks for women. It's blatant.
Really?
There's places in Paris when women cannot really, maybe not in Paris, but in the suburbs, can go on their own. I mean, there's bars that you're not welcome to come in on your own because you're a woman. So it's a thing, it's a fight for me, trust me.
Yeah.
The Salon Des Dames is this feminist media I co-founded with my partner Céline, and we empower women constantly, saying you are someone, you do it. Don't wait until people allow you to do it. Nobody's going to allow it to do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
What is your opinion of France now, the culture, the life, and what it has to offer you as a woman in your 30s?
5 years ago, even 5 years ago, if you would have asked me this question, I would have told you, yes, France, but always problems, things, because when you live somewhere, you don't see the beauty, because you are every day there.
You don't have perspective.
Then you have sometimes to go abroad, and then I came back to Algeria. For 1 month, because it was 17 years, I did not come back. That I did not remember very well what was Algeria. And when I arrived there and I met my cousin and my family there, and it's after 1 month that I understood how lucky I was to grow up in France and to can go to schools for education, university, and even now I am traveling a lot, going to China, United States, and everywhere. Everyone is saying that they have to pay a lot of money for their kids to go to graduate, and even not graduate, even school at 3-4 years old. And in France, it was not like this. My parents did not have a lot of money, and if I was not in France, I would have not the luck to enjoy that, the quality of this amazing country. Of course, now. Before the time of my dad or even me when I was very young, I think a lot of community, immigration, of course, you have a lot of immigrants in France, but they were living well, let's say, together. Of course, you cannot always have good relationship with everyone, but at least it was better than now. No, unfortunately, I think it's very bad. The climate is bad, and everyone is stressed, and a lot of misunderstandings, between all the community, and even, not me, because I was very lucky to not live the racism. No one never told me, you are not French, you are fuck Arab, or this kind of things, never. But perhaps because I am a woman, or I don't know. But I have a lot of friends that are from Algeria like me, that they are competent, but even if they send a CV, because their name is Mohammed or whatever, they will not get the job. They will prefer another one, especially now after, of course, the attentat and all these kind of things. It's very complicated.
What's interesting is that you have come having a very diverse background, and you were able to go from Brazil to England, and your working life really kind of ended up being in France. I was wondering, what age were you roughly when you moved to France?
I had just turned 18. I didn't speak French when I arrived, so there was a bit of a problem when you're trying to get a job in France.
How were you able to set up a company? I mean, was there support from the government? Was there support from
because
people complain about the bureaucracies?
To be honest, we bought a book, how to start your own LTD or SRL.
Wow!
I read through it, barely, through whatever. Thankfully, through Portuguese, I can kind of understand quite a bit. And then the government also provided some help. And since then, it's not just that when I arrived it was great, and then they facilitated a lot of things. Certain things have been difficult. I'm not going to pretend everything has been a walk in the park. But at the crucial moments when we nearly went bankrupt 7 years ago, the government basically stepped in, put us on bankruptcy protection, froze all our debts, and basically gave us breathing space to actually reorganize the company, get going again, and then they let us out of the floodgates again, and we were able to actually continue the company and pay the debt and keep going.
That's incredible. That really is incredible.
Yeah.
So for you, you found France to be a very supportive country. You found it to be...
Absolutely. Coming to a country where people value living well, part of living well is not just having a great car, having a great house or all these other pleasures. I think is also having stability.
Pendant le primaire, c'est ça qu'on dit? Tes amis étaient des amis et personne n'a dit ouais, moi je suis blonde, toi t'es noire.
Non, j'ai pas vraiment souvenir que ces choses-là se posaient. Mais en même temps, comme je te disais, la première couche, c'est celle de, en tout cas la mienne, ça a été de me dire tout est normal, tout est, il n'y a pas de différence. D'ailleurs, j'ai été élevée dans cette idée qu'il n'y avait pas de différence. Ce qui est une idée très sympathique, mais en vrai, c'est pas tout à fait vrai. Par exemple, je vais te donner une anecdote, je crois. J'ai une certaine politesse, mais parce qu'en Suisse, on est très poli, mais je crois développée parce que, grandissant dans un environnement où tous les gens portaient une couleur de peau autre que la mienne, j'ai l'impression que j'ai souvent eu besoin de me défendre ou de rassurer en disant je suis noire, mais je suis quand même sympa. Voilà. Et je pense qu'il y a quelque chose vraiment de ça. J'ai souvenir adolescente, même si je ne me le formulais pas comme ça, mais que même quand je faisais du babysitting et que je mettais des petites annonces à la boulangerie, je précisais « appelez Fatima ». Parce que j'avais peur que les gens, en ouvrant la porte, ils s'imaginent que j'étais blanche ou que j'étais pas celle qu'ils avaient imaginée en tout cas.
Ah bah ça marque quand même alors. C'est quelque chose que, enfin, c'est pas un scar, cicatrice, c'est pas une cicatrice, mais c'est quelque chose qui était...
C'était là, c'était évidemment là.
Mais ça aide pour la danse et pour le théâtre aussi.
Je sais pas ce qui aide. Moi, je crois que ce qui aide, c'est à un moment donné de faire avec ce qu'on est. Voilà.
Est-ce que ça t'est arrivé d'avoir des gens qui disent mais attends, tu break my balls, t'es trop fort, tu pusses, blablabla.
Ça m'est arrivé tout le temps.
C'est vrai? Donc ça, c'était un obstacle dans la vie?
Tout le temps. Il y a toujours eu des gens... c'est-à-dire que la France, il y a énormément d'atouts. Moi, je suis fondamentalement française dans l'âme. J'ai une pulsion et une passion forte pour la France. Mais il y a 2-3 défauts qui sont les étiquettes. Quand vous faites un métier, vous ne pouvez pas sortir de ce métier. Il faut prouver que vous pouvez faire autre chose, donc ça demande du temps. Et après, il y a mais non, tu ne peux pas le faire. Toujours, mais non, au début, toujours non. Je veux ça, non, c'est pas possible. Bon. Donc il faut toujours se battre contre. Mais c'est intéressant de se battre contre. Parce que quand on vous a dit toute votre vie que vous étiez belle et intelligente, il ne reste pas grand-chose à conquérir. Alors que quand on vous dit, non, tu n'y arriveras pas. Ça nous pousse aussi à faire contre soi-même. Et là, on mesure notre ambition. Donc on m'a toujours dit, mais laisse tomber, tu ne vas pas y arriver, il n'y a pas d'argent.
In this theme of, immigrants coming into the country and migration, how do you feel on that subject?
Yeah, I think in France we tend to forget how the country has benefit from this diversity. And maybe because people see immigration as a threat, that they tend to be very conservative and try to put everybody in the same cubicle, and they forget that themselves come from immigrants, maybe just 1 level, 2 level, but. The majority of people in France, in a way or some way, they are immigrants. As an immigrant, you feel like you, in order to become like a French or be accepted by French people, you need to look like them.